Okay, so Olatunji Emmanuel, our transfer specialist, has joined us today, and we're here to discuss Chelsea's pursuit of a new goalkeeper. Of course, we are aware of Kepa Arrizabalaga's flaws last season. He was in the spotlight mainly for the wrong reasons. And now I want to discuss with Olatunji Emmanuel here as to why Chelsea needs to bring a new goalkeeper and what he thinks about the keeper who they are going for, Stade René's Edouard Mendy. So, Olatunji Emmanuel, what do you think about this transfer?
I actually think this transfer is a good one for Chelsea, as the case may be, but I think it's more of a want on Chelsea's part than a need on Chelsea's part because they've got themselves a good keeper in Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Not too many people will agree with you. But go on, explain why you feel the move is not necessary.
Okay, Kepa Arrizabalaga is actually a good keeper, if you ask me. Edouard Mendy is a good keeper as well, but I think Kepa Arrizabalaga deserves more chance in the Premier League and Chelsea Football Club, if you ask me, because his fellow countryman David De Gea for Manchester United had 4 games when he came to Manchester United, I can remember. And in that regard, Sir Alex Ferguson gave him chance to prove himself, and then he did so after the first. So, if you should ask me, I would say that he should be given more chance to prove himself at Chelsea Football Club.
Okay, but do you have any idea about how their performances speak? Because to be honest, apart from sentiment, apart from every other thing involved in playing for a big club like Chelsea, one thing that's very important is the results. Results are very important. We saw what Pep Guardiola did with Bravo and Ederson the following season. Bravo came in, didn't perform up to expectation, and next thing he went out splashed again on Ederson because at a big club, certain kind of performances, certain level of performances are just not tolerable. So what do you have to say as regards performances, apart from looking at it from a point of view where you believe Kepa deserves more time, there should be more patience with Kepa. If we talk about raw performances, are you insinuating that Edouard Mendy is not going to do a better job at the football club than what Kepa is capable of doing?
Okay, if you should ask me that, I would say time will tell. But I can say that Kepa's poor performances is not due to Kepa himself alone. The manager has a, a large share of the blame. The defenders too have a large share of the blame. No matter how good the goalkeeper is, you can't write off the the class and the performances of the defenders as well. No matter how good you are as a goalkeeper, your defenders will let you down if they are not good enough. Last season, Lampard did not have a starting defender for Chelsea Football Club. I mean, a centre back partnership. Today it can be Rudiger and Zuma. Tomorrow it can be Rudiger and probably another person in the middle of the park. And it's not meant to be so. They are meant to be probably two defenders that play week in, week out. The season before, when it was
Mauricio
Sarri
Sarri.
in charge of Chelsea Football Club, yeah, Mauricio Sarri in charge of Chelsea Football Club, we could see that he kept on using Rudiger and David Luiz week in, week out. No matter how bad their performances were, he kept on using them. So there was this sort of partnership, there was this sort of chemistry between the both of them. So the changing in between the defenders caused a lot of problems for Chelsea last season. And so many matches, even goals that were not Kepa's fault, Chelsea fans kept on saying that Kepa was at fault, in which it wasn't Kepa. The season when Sarri was the season when Mauricio Sarri was the manager of Chelsea, Kepa picked up 14 clean sheets. As a last season, he picked up 8 clean sheets. So you can see that there's definitely a drop in performance. And you can't tell me that it just dropped naturally. Fine, there were a couple of goals that were his fault, as the case may be. But if you should ask me, I would also say that the manager had a large share of the blame, and then the defenders too had a large share of the blame.
Okay, I think Kepa was scapegoated. I think he was scapegoated a lot of the time. But I think the thing with Kepa, like a lot of the time, like basically after every goal Chelsea conceded last season, you check social media, what is trending is Kepa. Like basically, a goal wasn't allowed to go into Chelsea's net. Once this happens, then everyone blames Kepa. But my problem with Kepa actually, because I
Yeah,
thought like
yeah,
most of the
yeah.
things that Kepa trended for were not his fault. You understand? We're not Kepa's fault. Like I see no errors here, I see no mistakes here. But the problem with Kepa is a lot of the time, like it just feels like as at last season, it felt like he was not capable of doing anything super. Like it feels like okay, you're a choice. Like we see the goals that, for example, Ter Stegen saves for Barcelona. You understand? And Oblak in Atletico Madrid or Alisson of Liverpool. Like yes, okay, they concede goals as well, but like it seemed like every good attempt was a goal. Basically, every good attempt from outside the box was a goal. Like Kepa, like to say the least, like let's even subtract his errors. If you want to look at Kepa's performances last season, I'm not even talking about errors leading to goal because they are not actually a lot. I don't know the statistics, but like from my memory,
Yeah,
I really don't remember Kepa actually making a lot of errors leading to goal. You understand? But like even without those errors, let's say Kepa didn't even make any error. The biggest and highest compliment we can pay Kepa Arrizabalaga is that he was ordinary, he was average because it seemed like everything was going in. Every shot from outside the box was going in. Everything like he was just not pulling off any saves that were not directly at him. That's how it seemed. So like in this from this angle, I understood the frustration. Give us a try and subscribe now. Thank you.